Tonight on 13 News, we're following two major stories unfolding right now in Hampton Roads. Breaking news in Norfolk, where 4 people are found dead in an apartment complex. We're live on the scene. Also tonight, a deadly bank robbery. An armed man opens fire inside a Norfolk bank, killing the security guard. Tonight, the search is on for that gunman.
And I'm Regina Mobley. Thanks for joining us. We're on the scene of breaking news tonight. We're in the 1400 block of Kingston Avenue in the East Ocean view of the city. Behind me, a crime scene that spans 1 block. An entire block of Kingston between Willow Terrace and Sturgis Street are blocked off tonight as police are investigating what appears to be a quadruple homicide. Now, police are telling us very little about what happened here sometime today. But a few minutes ago, I talked to the father of a 27-year-old woman who lives in the apartment that is an apparent crime scene. Keisha Stevens, and can you tell me anything? When was the last time you talked to Keisha?
Yesterday.
How did you find out that there was something going on at Keisha's house?
Well, I went to work and my wife called and nobody answered. And so I guess she was coming over here and she told me it was taped off, so I just came from work, so they not telling me nothing.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this. So who lived there? Keisha lived there and her baby?
Yes, I had 4 grandkids. Hello. Hey, hey, my son, the one with the dreads, I want you to find him, okay? And when you find him, keep him with you and call me. There's something really going on, and I need to talk to him.
That is Reuben Harrison, who is desperately trying to round up family members this afternoon. They believe something awful has happened to Keisha and her children. Again, Keisha is Stevens. She's 27 years old. She has 4 girls, ages 8, 5, 4, and 2. Family members who live nearby normally talk to Keisha every day, but no one has been able to get in touch with Keisha. And again, police aren't telling us anything about what happened inside the apartment building, but needless to say, residents here in the East Ocean View section are stunned to hear the news that 4 people are dead inside an apartment building. My colleague Natasha Barrett joins us now live. And Natasha, you've been talking to residents in East Ocean View, and they are stunned to learn what has happened today.
Lots of people, Regina, for the last couple of hours have been lining up here. You can see the crime scene tape behind us, which is spanning the entire street. As you can see behind us, a lot of people coming home from work, wondering what is going on in their neighborhood. One of the neighbors joins us now. Alice, you just got home a little while ago. What did you see when you got home?
Just police everywhere, helicopters everywhere, and all the neighbors down. I'm wondering what's going on. I stopped and asked one of the neighbors, and they told me, and I was just devastated by it.
Have you ever seen anything like this in your neighborhood before?
No, never. It's usually a pretty quiet neighborhood. I've lived here since '94. There's never been any problems. It's usually very quiet, and it's to find out that this has happened. It's like you hear it on the news every day in different neighborhoods, and you wonder how those people feel, and now I know how they feel, and it's not a good feeling. It's just very sad.
Know anybody down the street here where this is all going on, Alice?
No, I sure don't.
Okay, thank you for joining us right now. Like I said before, a lot of people just getting home, seeing the helicopters hovering above us, police cars behind us, and they're just wondering, Regina, what's going on. But all we know right now, like police are telling us, just 4 people dead inside that apartment. A lot of people wondering why and who could have done something like this.
Thanks, Natasha. A very concerned neighborhood and a concerned family tonight. The family of Keisha Stevens is very concerned about her well-being. They have not talked to her all day. She is a stay-home mother of 4 children, 2 girls who normally go to school and 2 young ones she normally stays home with. Again, police telling us very little about what happened, only that 4 people are dead inside an apartment building. Back to you, Vanessa.
All right, we'll certainly stay on top of that story. Now to that deadly bank robbery in Norfolk. As you first saw as breaking news on 13 News at noon, a gunman shot and killed a bank security guard during a holdup. It happened around 9:45 this morning at the BB&T branch in the 7400 block of Granby Street. Right now, the gunman is on the run, and 13 News has live, complete team coverage of this big local story. 13 News investigator Doug Aronson is live outside the Norfolk Medical Examiner's office, but we begin with 13 News investigator Ramona Parks. She's live outside the BB&T Bank on Granby Street. Ramona, do police have any leads in this murder investigation?
Well, Vanessa, actually, we now have late-breaking details on this story. We are told that in just a few minutes, Norfolk police will be releasing surveillance video taken inside this bank at the time of the deadly shooting. And hopefully those pictures will help identify the shooter, because the description at this point is quite vague. We also know the name of the victim. He is 61 years old, Howard Williams of Norfolk. Now, initially, as we told you at noon, police thought that they had pinpointed a getaway car. Turns out that was a false lead. And tonight, police don't know if this shooter is on foot or in another car. A lone gunman entered the BB&T Bank on Granby Street near Little Creek around 9:45. He demanded money and was confronted by a security guard. The suspect shot the guard. It's unknown where or how many times. The guard died 40 minutes later. Bank customer Ronnie Taylor walked up to the door moments after the shooting.
I didn't know if the guy was still in there. I just turned around and walked as quickly as I could across the street, because I didn't know if he was shot or if he was just hit in the face, or, and if the person had a gun. I didn't want to be anywhere near the building.
Norfolk police began a frantic search after the suspect took off. An eyewitness description of the alleged white getaway car led about 15 officers to this McDonald's on Hampton Boulevard near ODU. This Dodge was in fact at the bank, but it was not involved in the crime. Again, the victim has been identified as 61-year-old Howard Williams of Norfolk. And again, we are working to get those pictures into our newsroom, and we will bring them to you as soon as we get them. Reporting live in Norfolk tonight, Ramona Parks, 13 News.
Our live team coverage of this deadly bank robbery continues now with 13 News Chief Investigator Doug Aronson. Doug, those who know the victim here say they're just shocked about what happened.
Absolutely, Vanessa. By all accounts, Howard Williams was a friendly, outgoing man and a musician as well, whose life touched a lot of people.
Oh, who could do something this so horrible to somebody so wonderful? Ask anybody that goes in there. Everybody loved him.
She will always remember his demeanor, sweet, smiling, and always talkative. A musician, too, who played bass with a Christian rock band. It was his job as a bank security guard, though, that cut short his life. Paramedics tried to save him, but he died at the hospital. Bill Bowman recalls that the guard he knew worked that position at the bank for about 2 years.
He was just always willing to spend time with you, and he was always out walking around the building and in the neighborhood, and he provided a presence of it, made us all feel very secure and safe.
Williams' body will be coming here to the ME's office, if it's not here already, really as a formality. The more pressing investigation, obviously, is catching his killer. We're live in Norfolk. Doug Aronson, 13 News.
It's been a very violent day in the city of Norfolk before today's deadly bank robbery, and before 4 bodies were found at a Norfolk apartment complex. A woman was found shot to death in the Huntersville section of the city. The scene played out in the 1000 block of St. Julian Avenue. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene. At this point, police have not identified her. They say 2 men were seen, however, running from the area. So far, no suspects have been named. Here's a look at the 3 different crime scenes Norfolk police are working tonight. 4 bodies were found in an apartment in the 1400 block of Kingston Avenue. That's again in the Ocean View section of town. Then along Granby Street, the site of today's deadly bank robbery at the BB&T Bank. And again on St. Julian Avenue around 2:45 this morning, a woman was found shot to death. Still no suspects in the murder of a Virginia Beach woman found dead in her home in the Seabreeze Farms neighborhood this week. Police say 44-year-old Elizabeth Phillips died of blunt force trauma to the head. Her husband told police he came home from work Wednesday afternoon and discovered his wife's lifeless body. Police have been collecting evidence at the couple's house on 5 Hill Trail. We're told investigators have talked to the victim's husband and to neighbors. Now to a story you'll see only on 13 News. One day after a former Norfolk priest convicted of assault resigns from the church, we hear from one of his alleged victims. As you first saw last night on 13 News, Father John Leonard left the church after being placed on administrative leave. 13 News reporter Craig Savali joins us now. And Craig, this week Father Leonard pleaded guilty to assaulting 2 teens decades ago.
That's right. It all came as a plea agreement where the sex charges were actually dropped. But even still, for the first time in 30 years, John Leonard's victims say someone has finally held the Catholic priest accountable for what he did to them.
Craig, I don't think there's any satisfaction in this kind of a situation.
It's with mixed emotions that Thor Gormley sat down and discussed this final chapter in a troubling chain of abuse that has plagued him for 30 years. As a student at St. John's Vianney Seminary, a Catholic boys' school in Goochland County, he says Father John Leonard abused him, allegations that he brought to the church years ago.
When I went into this, I went into it thinking that my church leaders would do the right thing, and they didn't.
And Gormley says he's still disappointed by that, especially when it comes to Bishop Walter Sullivan, who he says not only ignored the abuse when it happened, but twice cleared Leonard of abuse allegations in 1996 and in 2002. But now, with Sullivan retired and Leonard's resignation, Gormley feels that the Richmond Catholic Diocese is moving in the right direction.
That he won't be around young kids in an environment where he can use his spiritual leadership to enter into sexual behaviors. And at the end of the day, I can live with that.
And he hopes Leonard can live with the fact that he's never showed his victims remorse for his actions, and he wants them to know that he's never allowed the abuse to hold him back.
I'm not going to let the lack of optimum results affect how I'm moving forward and living my life. I just can't. Not going to do it.
Now, as part of his plea agreement, John Leonard must undergo an evaluation to determine if he's a danger to the community as a sexual abuser. He'll also find out if he'll spend any time in jail when he's sentenced in March. Reporting live tonight, Craig Savali, 13 News.
All eyes are on Michael Jackson, accused of molesting a young child. Today, the king of pop faces a California judge, but not before spending some time with his loyal fans.
We're hoping that everything goes well for Michael.
Just ahead, what happened in court today and why the judge told Jackson he's already starting off on the wrong foot.
I'm 13 News medical editor Catherine Barrett. That flu vaccine many of you stood in line for hours to get may not be that effective. We'll look into that coming up.
And I'm tracking a storm system that'll bring rain to Hampton Roads this week and also some warmer temperatures. I'll tell you how warm it will get and let you know which areas will see the rain first coming up.
In Hampton Roads, we celebrate a spirit driven by pride in where we live, the work we do, the difference we make. At 13 News, we honor that spirit every day, fighting for what's right by investigating what went wrong, offering hope through information, taking pride in giving you the most accurate forecast. It's the spirit we honor every day. 13 News of Hampton Roads.
Shop the Room Store now for more ways to make your home inviting, with more quality and style, more package choices, and more incredibly low prices. And right now, you also get more time to pay with no monthly payments and no interest until June of 2005. Store, where you can turn your house into a home for less.
We put it all together and save you more at the Room Store.
When people find out Breakstone's Cottage Doubles has half the sugar of yogurt, it leaves them in a dilemma. What to do with their yogurt? Breakstone's Cottage Doubles.
It's 0+ month at Green Gifford. Get both 0% financing plus a rebate. Go, 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 Green Gifford, Chrysler Jeep Dodge, near the airport, Norfolk.
Tooth Fairies. They deserve a good meal. Like the new tender baby back ribs at Golden Corral. Cooked to perfection every Friday and Saturday night for a limited time on the dinner buffet. Golden Corral. Everyone deserves a good meal.
SSR, Colorado, Aveo, Malibu,
The new Chevy showroom is on its way. The most complete lineup of vehicles on the road. Right now, use $750 bonus cash to get $3,750 total cash back. Or choose 0% APR financing for 60 months on every 2004 Chevy Trailblazer. The new Chevy showroom. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Attention shoppers, here's what all the well-dressed food will be wearing this season. French's Gourmet flavored mayonnaise. Try French's Gourmet wasabi horseradish on ham and cheese. It's a delicious twist on an old favorite.
Try French's Gourmet. It's the new rage in mayonnaise.
Fact. To a child, any food can be fast food. Fact. Lysol sanitizing wipes clean and kill 99.9% of germs in seconds. No other wipe kills germs faster. Life demands Lysol. That's a fact. Now available in a new 70-count size.
Now, more weather, more traffic, and more news from overnight. Watch 13 News Daybreak. More of what you need to start your day. In the spirit of Hampton Roads, you're watching 13 News at 5. Live with Regina Mobley and Sandra Parker. From the 13 News Weather Lab, Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lawson, Medical Editor Catherine Barrett. Right now, 13 News at 5 continues.
56 years in prison. That's the punishment for a man who caused a state trooper's death during a traffic stop. 29-year-old Michael Blanton died last January after he was dragged by a car he stopped on Interstate 64 near Richmond. Police say the person behind the wheel of the car was 34-year-old Sean Gregory of Richmond. Prosecutors argue Gregory killed Trooper Blanton because he was trying to protect his stash of drugs. Topping tonight's 13 News medical report, this year's flu vaccine may offer little protection from the flu. That according to a small study, but the government says the results aren't concrete. 13 News medical editor Catherine Barrett joins us now.
And Vanessa, the vaccine is a mismatch. We already know this. It doesn't include vaccine for the main Fujian strain that's circulating this season. Researchers had hoped it would be at least 30% effective anyway. The first study of this season's vaccine says it may be far less effective than even that. But the study itself has problems. Questionnaires were sent to healthcare workers in Colorado, where the flu epidemic began. Only 60% answered. And there's no proof that people who had a flu shot and were sick actually had the virus. So the study shows the flu shot did not protect against flu-like illness, which may or may not actually be the flu. It doesn't prove that the shot was ineffective against the flu. Dr. Stefan Gravenstein, a flu researcher at EVMS, says while this year's vaccine is a mismatch, it still has value.
Just because they get sick from flu doesn't mean that they have worse outcomes. Those people usually recover. And the vaccine, although it didn't keep them from getting sick in the first place, probably still protected them from getting heart attacks and strokes and other bad events.
There will be results from other studies about the vaccine in late spring or early summer. CDC says in light of the study, it still is not changing its recommendation for high-risk people to get a flu shot if you can find one. And Vanessa, I have some news about flu shots. There are some in the area, and people just don't seem to know about it. That new shipment of flu shots for infants has arrived in local health departments. It's just sitting there. I called Norfolk. They have 90 doses. These are the shots for the children 23 months and under. The long lines from a month ago.
No lines now.
None at all. People not even calling about it.
Better safe than sorry. Go get them.
They're there.
All right. Thanks, Catherine.
Now, your 13 News Weather Lab forecast. Here's meteorologist Evan Stewart.
Well, we saw a lot of sunshine across Hampton Roads today and those chilly temperatures. We are looking at some warmer temperatures here over the next few days, but you have to take the good news with the bad, and with these warmer temperatures will come a chance for some rain as we head into the second half of the weekend. Let's start out with live Weather Lab radar. Right now it is showing me clear skies here across Hampton Roads. No rain across the eastern shore off towards the south, and those clear skies will continue tonight. We'll look for overnight lows tonight in the lower 20s. It'll be breezy and cold with winds out of the northwest at around 15 to 20 miles per hour, so it will feel more like the teens out there once that wind chill gets going, but certainly a very chilly night tonight. Let's go ahead and begin with the satellite and radar here across Virginia, North Carolina. Take you back 12 hours, 5 o'clock this morning, clear skies here across the region, and that's really persisted throughout the day today. Notice a few clouds out in the Atlantic, but as we look out towards the west, here's that next storm system that I was talking about, already bringing some rain through parts of Arkansas and up through areas of Missouri. And it's that storm system that'll continue to move towards the east. Now, as it moves closer, we will see the temperatures start to warm up. Highs tomorrow up near 40 degrees, into the 50s on Sunday. But initially, as this storm moves through our area and starts to move in Saturday night, we could even see a few isolated locations off through the northern neck and northern parts of the eastern shore that could see a little bit of sleet mixed in initially, but it does look like temperatures will warm up. It'll be primarily rain here across Hampton Roads, but still cold across parts of the northeast. Folks in Boston really had to bundle up earlier today as sub-zero temperatures continued across the northeast, and officials are worried about the strain on the power system up there. People are being asked to voluntarily conserve power or face some rolling blackouts, and the company responsible for maintaining the power grid up there says it's prepared to shut off power to some areas today to keep that power grid working. And we're talking about wind chills up through parts of New England, around 50 and 60 degrees below zero, so certainly cold temperatures off towards the northeast. Here close to home, 36 degrees on the south side, 33 on the peninsula, and the air is bone dry. You do not see dew points around here below zero very often. Right now we have a dew point of -4 and a humidity of only 18%, and I'm sure you can feel it, the dry skin on your hands and stuff out there, because it is just bone dry. Winds right now out of the north-northwest at 8 miles per hour. Around the region, everybody in the 30s, a couple of 20s up here across parts of the eastern shore, 28 degrees. Factor in that wind and temperatures in the 20s. That's the feels-like temperature, the wind chill. And certainly as we go through the evening hours, as temperatures fall, so will the wind chill temperatures. But overnight, mainly clear skies here across Hampton Roads. And as we go through tomorrow morning, we'll look for mostly sunny skies. Clouds will start to increase, though, as we go through the day tomorrow. And temperatures a little bit warmer than what we saw today. Highs up near 40. Now, tomorrow evening, we'll start to see some clouds really thicken up and some precipitation starting to move in. And again, for some of the northern areas, parts of the northern neck and the northern eastern shore, could see a few sleet pellets mixed in. But it does look like that temperatures will continue to warm up as we head into Sunday. Highs in the mid-50s. Looks like rain likely on Sunday, clearing out by the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday on Monday. Tonight, though, temperatures in the lower 20s, mainly clear, breezy, and cold. And tomorrow, 39 degrees Oceana, 41 SEPTA to Fentress, 40 degrees in Portsmouth, 42 Somerton. Off towards the north, 38 across the eastern shore, 39 Matthews and Hampton, 40 degrees Williamsburg, same thing for Elsom. And finally, northeastern North Carolina, temperatures in the 40s from Duck to Wanchese, and back inland, back towards Sunbury and Edenton. The 7-day forecast, your weekend always in view, looks like this. 55 degrees for Sunday. It does look like rain likely. The rain should start to dissipate by Sunday evening, and Monday we'll look for partly sunny skies, a little bit cooler behind that area of rain. 41 degrees, 38 now for Tuesday, and 39 Wednesday, but back up into the mid-40s Thursday and Friday. And really, once we get past Sunday evening, looks like a dry work week coming up. Of course, WVEC.com, it has your forecast 24 hours a day as well. All you have to do is log on and follow the links. Vanessa?
Some slight relief in sight.
Yes, it is.
All right, thanks,
Yeah.
Evan. Coming up next, the return of those rescued puppies. That's right, those little dogs embroiled in a scam are finally back home where they belong. Now, the question is, who will they live with?
This weather segment is brought to you by Dodge.
Tonight's 13 News Medical Report is sponsored by Obacy Hospital.
There's regular or quad cab. 1500 or heavy duty.
Man.
Cummins diesel or Hemi.
I can't decide.
And 0% financing plus a cash allowance.
Plus cash? Give me the red Ram 1500 quad cab with a 5.7-liter Hemi. 28.
Announcing Zero Plus, a groundbreaking offer of 0% financing plus a $2,000 cash allowance on Dodge Ram, plus our 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Hurry, Zero Plus just made the best values in America even better.
Now there's a new choice for great country music in Hampton Roads.
So doggone and dirty.
The new 93.7 Kick FM plays real country music by real country artists. With John Boy and Billy in the Morning and Country Music Hall of Fame DJ Joe Hopple. It's all on the new 93.7 Kick FM, real country radio.
Three medium pizzas from Domino's for $13.99. That's more than enough food for 3 hungry guys. Hey, third guy. Gotta move faster than that.
3 medium, 1 topping pizzas for $13.99. Get the door. It's 3 medium pizzas from Domino's.
After 92 years in business, Lane Furniture sells out to the dump. Friday morning at 10 a.m., 1,000 pieces of genuine Lane leather, one of America's greatest names, will go to this town's smartest customers for at least 50 to 70% off. Lane's $900 all-leather recliners, dumped for $399. Genuine leather sofas, chairs, sectionals, genuine Lane, 50 to 70% off price. Gone in the blink of an eye. This weekend to the dump.
Save more in 2004 now during the great new and used savings event at Kim Knox Ford. It's a massive sell-off of every new and used vehicle in Kim Knox drastically overstocked inventory. Save thousands in cash rebates or get low 0% financing. Plus huge markdowns on our greatest selection of quality pre-owned cars and trucks. How low will we go? Come in and see for yourself. The great new and used savings event. Definitely the greatest selection, quite possibly the greatest savings ever. Today at Kim Knox Ford.
A long journey for some dogs at the center of a scam comes full circle today as they're rescued and returned to Hampton Roads. They were taken to Texas by suspected scam artist Monica Arnold. 13 News reporter Taylor Hall joins us live from our newsroom right now. Taylor, you just met with the women who went to rescue the dogs.
That's right, Vanessa. I met with two breeders who just returned from Texas. Both women say they felt it was their duty to rescue the puppies. Puppies are healthy and they are safe. They returned and they traveled in the back of this U-Haul truck from Texas. It took the breeders about 2.5 days to get back to Virginia Beach. Suffolk police tell us the labs and Cocker Spaniels were taken to Texas by another breeder. Her name, Monica Arnold. According to police, Arnold agreed to sell the puppies. They say she took money from families but didn't always deliver. Some dogs even turned out to be sick. Now, as far as the two women are concerned who rescued the dogs, they tell us they're trying to sell the puppies, or at least they will sell the puppies if those who tried to purchase them do not come to claim them. And if you want some information on the dogs, again, these breeders tell us that they will sell them if those who have originally tried to purchase do not come to claim them. But if you know you tried to purchase one of the dogs, just call the number 427-3381 and you can get more information, or go to our website, WVEC.com. Live from the newsroom, Taylor Hall, 13 News.
Next on 13 News, it wasn't a good start to the court proceedings for the King of Pop. Why Michael Jackson upset the judge before he even showed up to court. And parents waiting as long as an hour for their kids to be dropped off by their school bus. What's causing major delays and why parents say they're fed up.
Announcing Bassett Furniture Direct's Freedom Sale. Save on everything in our stores, including our newest collection, American Hewn. Get freedom from financing for 3 full years. Factory direct prices and 3 years free financing. Now at Bassett Furniture Direct.
It's a special event at Toyota, celebrating Camry, now with 6 years as the best-selling car in America. And Prius, named Motor Trend's 2004 Car of the Year. And celebrating special event savings on Corolla. Now there's 2.9% APR financing and $500 cash back from Toyota on the biggest, best-equipped Corollas ever. Get 1.9% APR financing on Toyota's versatile Matrix. See your Toyota dealer now and you'll celebrate too. More choices, better choices. Toyota.
Okay, honey. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Are you sure about this, Dad?
Oh, yeah. She's gonna love it.
Hi.
Surprise!
Should have gone to Haverty's.
Time for a new look? Shop Haverty's, where you'll always pay the low price. We put it in writing with our low price guarantee. Haverty's makes stylish home fashions affordable.
I don't know, Bob. That looks like a healthy spleen to me.
I only said it was most likely the spleen. Oh, like you guys didn't think it was the spleen.
I said it was the pancreas.
Pancreas?
Pancreas.
The right diagnosis is everything.
But is that the pancreas?
Want your transmission fixed right? Diagnose it right. At AMCO. AA MCO.
Announcing Bassett Furniture Direct's Freedom Sale. Save on everything in our stores, including our newest collection, American Hewn. Get freedom from financing for 3 full years. Factory direct prices and 3 years free financing. Now at Bassett Furniture Direct.
SSR, Colorado, Avail, Malibu, The new Chevy showroom is on its way. The most complete lineup of vehicles on the road. Now get $3,000 cash back on the 2004 Chevy Cavalier, exclude special value package. Or use $1,000 bonus cash for a total of $4,000 cash back on the 2004 Impala. The new Chevy showroom. See your local Chevy dealer today.
445 miles in 4-inch heels.
There's only one Wheel of Fortune.
That has got to hurt.
Weeknights at 7. Closed captioning of 13 News is sponsored by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. Dodge.
Nick's Seafood Pavilion was an institution on the waterfront in Yorktown. Today, they began auctioning off some of the restaurant equipment. But 13 News reporter Joe Flanagan tells us the real sentimental items from Nick and Mary Matthews' establishment are on the auction block come tomorrow.
125, now 130, 130, 125 to 130. Don't quit now. 125 to 130.
It was as if the auctioneer was the bearer of the sad news. Nick's Seafood Pavilion is no more. And now Nick and Mary Matthews are a memory.
They just enjoyed doing it. They said, well, we have plenty, let's do for other people.
Jim Kirkales and his wife worked for Nick and Mary for over 40 years. He bought a 50-year-old water pitcher as a keepsake.
I just wonder what she's thinking of up there in heaven with all this going on.
Saturday morning, the heart and soul of the restaurant will be auctioned off. The ornate furnishings.
Oh, it's sad. It really is. It really, we go way, way back. I was a bride when I walked into her restaurant in 1947. And when she found out we were Greek, that was it. She just fell in love with my husband and I.
It was 1944 when Mr. Nick and Miss Mary started Nick's Seafood Pavilion in Yorktown. The Greek expatriates love the U.S. of A.
One of the big highlights of Mary's life was being the sponsor for the USS Yorktown, which, as you know, Mr. Nick passed away on our way down to christen that ship.
And speaking of USS Yorktown, there are items in here like this first shell ever fired off the ship given to Miss Mary, as well as this gold